Fiorentina and Bologna both qualified for Europe last season, but this year the Viola find themselves winless and in the relegation zone, while the visitors can move into the Champions League places with victory tonight. Vincenzo Italiano is still convalescing in hospital following a bout of pneumonia, so there's no return to Florence for the current Bologna head coach, but it's the Fiorentina boss who's currently in the spotlight. Stefano Pioli desperately needs a league win. Champions League places are what Bologna have on their minds, the opportunity to step into the top four with victory here this evening. As for Fiorentina, it's another week in which we say, is this going to be the match in which they get their first league win of the season? They have an early corner to defend, Orsolini playing it off Ranieri and behind. Nicolucci Caviglia, Gudmundsson into his stride. On for Dodò now. Options in the middle. Dodò, that's a better cross. Well done, Holm. Just found the corridor of space between the back post and Robin Gosens. Nicolucci Caviglia with the corner. Gosens met it, underlining what a threat he is in the air, but this time unable to hurt the goalkeeper. Castro, Holm in support, Orsolini there too. Castro's done well. This is Juan Miranda. Good save from his fellow Spaniard. De Gea keeping out Miranda, who hasn't yet scored for Bologna, but he does have a prodigious left foot. And this was swerving and dipping. Good try, and a decent save. Fabian, Cambiaghi couldn't control it. Miranda crosses this time. And Gosens made sure it didn't reach Orsolini, but they're having to concede plenty of corners, Fiorentina. Miranda with the corner, De Gea called and punched. Dodò, Gudmundsson hooks it clear, needed to as well. Freuler. Towards Holm, who won the header. It's Pablo Mari away. Orsolini rose well. Santi Castro into the top corner. That's what they want from him. What a finish at the Franchi from the Argentine. It's only his second goal of the season. But after Fiorentina didn't get the ball clear, Santiago Castro with a bullet into the top corner. They claim he's not prolific enough. They say he doesn't get enough goals. He's determined to put that right. De Gea didn't really deal with the initial corner. He thought he was fouled by Castro. But after that, back in by Freuler. Had opportunities to clear here, Fiorentina. Holm won the header. Pablo Mari straight up in the air. Orsolini's header back in. And it's Pablo Mari who inadvertently tees up Castro. And how about that for a finish? A goal of the month contender. Nicolucci Caviglia with the corner. And it should really be one each. Ranieri has missed from 2 yards out. The captain with a huge opportunity, and he does have an eye for goal. Mandragora winning the first header. That should have been a tap-in. Dodo. Nicolucci Caviglia. Again, good interception from Lukumi. Seems to strike the balance well between marking Kean and then just leaving him when he feels he can win the ball back. Juan Miranda with lots of space. So too Cambiaghi. Opportunity knocks here. Cambiaghi! I'm not sure how far away that was. His teammates are unhappy he didn't cross, but De Gea's reaction seemed to suggest it was some way off target. Mandragora strikes it, and it's Dodo. It's off target. Fairly routine save for Skorupski. Nothing wrong with the effort. Skorupski had a long time to watch it. In hindsight, might have been better pushing it behind for a corner. Had Dodo converted the rebound, then I would have been seen as more issues for Stefano Pioli. Fiorentina already winless coming in this evening. Santiago Castro with the game's only goal. He took it very well on the volley. And Bologna haven't had much defending to do at the other end. They had a scare when Luca Ranieri fired over from close range. But it's hard to disagree with this scoreline. At the break, Fiorentina 0, Bologna 1. Bologna halfway towards a 4th straight win across all competitions. Fiorentina halfway towards an 8th match in the league without victory this season. Significant half on the way, especially for the Viola. And here's Kean with an early opportunity. Moise Kean! And the ball has gone out of play. What a chance for the Italy man. Oh, Dodo, I think, was trying to celebrate a penalty, and it is indeed a spot kick. Federico La Penna awards a penalty the way of Fiorentina inside the first minute of the second half. Now Bologna hoping for a favour from the video assistant referee. It all happened there. Kean had a couple of opportunities. Has been a match day full of handballs. Coni de Vincer against Pisa. We saw one yesterday. Lautaro Martinez against Alessandro Buongiorno. It seemed to hit Kean's arm first, and then maybe it did strike Lukumi before going out of play. But if it has hit Moise Kean's arm in the lead-up to this decision, it will surely be overturned. Just here, I think it catches Kean. And then Skorupski's claiming he made the save. And indeed, Federico La Penna has been summoned by Daniele Paterna. Moise Kean's wrist first, so there's a couple of reasons not to give the penalty. First and foremost, it wasn't a handball from a Bologna player, which would suffice on its own. But even prior to that, Moise Kean had already handled himself, and that is clearly the outstretched left hand of Łukasz Skorupski. And the referee is about to explain in Italian via the loudspeaker exactly what we've just seen.
A seguito di revisione ho verificato che non c'è nessun intervento falloso all'interno dell'area di rigore. Pertanto, decisione revocata.
So the decision is overturned. For once we had the first person singular there. I've checked and I've seen that there was no infraction inside the penalty area. The long and the short of it from Mr. La Penna. Ferguson. Miranda rolling away from Dodo. Ferguson now back to his feet. Fabian on for Cambiaghi. And here's Orsolini, the danger man. Emil Holm, it's a second. Cambiaghi with the finish. A brilliant start to the second half for Bologna. And Niccolò Cambiaghi with the goal. Lovely move from the Rosso-Blu. And it goes from bad to worse for Fiorentina. He's having a great season, Cambiaghi. A scorer against Pisa, now he's scored against another team from Tuscany in the shape of Fiorentina. All this amid an Italy call-up as well. Miranda finding Ferguson, then it was all one-touch football really. Cambiaghi, Orsolini, and Holm for Cambiaghi. Lovely drill cross, and he just steered it in with his weaker foot. Now Kean, Lukumi wants the flag. Kean has options away to his left. Dodò on the overlap. Kean coming inside. Good save, Skorupski. Still there for Gudmundsson. Nicolusi Gaviglia turned into trouble. It's a foul by Gudmundsson. He's saying he was fouled, and yet it's the Iceland international who has his name taken. But much better from Moise Kean. He did get back on side. Now Dalinga stands it up. Fabian went for goal. Didn't connect though. Dalinga asking for a penalty. Sabiri given away to Miranda, who delivers. Orsolini! And here's Dalinga, it's number 3. And that might be game over. Just 5 minutes past the hour mark. He's only just come on, Thijs Dalinga. And it is now a huge cushion for Bologna. Well, a reprieve on the way from the looks of things.
È stato verificato che il numero 7 del Bologna è partito da posizione irregolare prima della segnatura della rete. Pertanto la decisione finale è revoca del gol in caso di posizione in diretto.
So Orsolini offside, which is why Dalinga's goal doesn't stand. That was Orsolini offside, that's why Dalinga's goal didn't stand, despite a very neat finish. In comes the free kick. There's Kean, and it's off the line by Miranda. Dodò needs to find a cross. Dodò asking for a penalty, it is this time. Ferguson handled, and Fiorentina do get a penalty. Ferguson's lack of reaction tells its own story. They have an opportunity now. How quickly things can change in football. Ferguson put his left arm out, it caught him. The referee spotted it. It is an open and shut case. This is huge for Gudmundsson and for Fiorentina as a whole. One deep breath. Gudmundsson scores. And is this the start of an epic comeback for Fiorentina? Skorupski very nearly got there, but the net result is a Fiorentina goal. And they still have the best part of 20 minutes to come roaring back. Skorupski almost pushed it wide. In the end, it's the curl on the ball which takes it into the corner. Very neatly taken penalty by Albert Gudmundsson. Kean away from Lukumi, eluding Miranda as well. Dodò's cross. Holm heads it clear. Ranieri. Pobega was quickly upon him. They've let it bounce here. Cecco asking for another handball. Hegem gets it clear meantime, and this is Bernardeschi in open space. Dalinga in the middle, Rowe joining in as well. Bernardeschi running at Sabiri, he's gone down. No penalty, says the referee. Bernardeschi convinced it should have been. He thought he was tripped. And Emil Holm has just been booked. That's going to be a second yellow card for him. And Holm has got a couple of yellow cards in quick succession. This was a clear cautionable offence. Piccoli, given away to Bernardeschi. He's found Casale. Anywhere will do now for Bologna. Pablo Mari, 6 added minutes. Well done, Piccoli. Gudmundsson. It's miscued for Dodò. They've lost a bit of momentum here. Kean calling for it. Dodò with the ball in. Skorupski away, but not convincingly. Sabiri. Dodò, he's got the beating of Miranda. That's Moise Kean. They want another penalty. Bernardeschi with the block. How many appeals has that been in the second half? Wasn't protecting his face, Bernardeschi. He's taken a risk there. Need to get your arms down by your side these days. He's saying he's stopping the ball from hitting him in the face. Pioli hopeful, and that's why. It's an on-field review. What an astonishing game of football this is. And from a Fiorentina perspective, it couldn't have happened to a better player. The arms are clearly away from his body. Seems to strike both hands as well after Ken's scissor kick, which was on target. Casale might have blocked it. Here comes the explanation from Federico La Penna.
A seguito di revisione ho verificato che il numero 10 del Bologna ha toccato il pallone con la mano in posizione naturale. Pertanto la decisione finale è calcio di rigore.
Former Fiorentina man Federico Bernardeschi handles in added time. It's a second penalty of the night for Fiorentina. This could be worth a point. It's Kean, it's in. And Fiorentina hurry to grab the ball. They couldn't do it, could they? Surely not. Moise Kean back amongst the goals in Serie A. After that strike against Roma, and Bologna have somehow thrown away what looked like certain 3 points. And if there is a team that might go on and win this game, it's now Fiorentina, 11 v 10. The decision to change penalty takers was vindicated. This time Skorupski didn't guess right. Sabiri's free kick. Piccoli and Dodò had to score. All he had to do was hit the target. Fiorentina should have had maximum points. Pioli knows it, but it's going to end in a draw. Skorupski's save wasn't enough, and Dodò just needed to steer it inside the post. Piccoli forced the mistake, and Fiorentina, all of Florence, was already celebrating. An incredible game of football. Fiorentina looked like they were dead and buried. Stefano Pioli looked like he was lost out there, but in the end, Bologna lost the plot. 2 penalties, one from Gudmundsson, the second from Kean, meant Fiorentina get a draw, which will feel like a win, but it's still no win from their first 8 matches. Dodò could have won it with the final kick of the game. There'll be regrets for both sides, but it ends at the Franchi. Fiorentina 2, Bologna 2.